Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for joining. This is the PAPAJO Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. It's been a really eventful day for me. I hope it has been for you guys as well. We're looking at that back return in the crypto markets, and we're starting to see some interesting things around the world take place that I think are going to be very, very, very interesting for us in the near, not too far future. I don't know what prices are going to be. Nobody actually does, but you can look at some interesting things and see. You look at the markets, you can see where things are, and you can kind of figure out, maybe it might do these things. Like, I've mentioned Plan B before. He wasn't right about this November, and he could be wrong about December as well. But that's going to happen. Those price points are going to happen, whether it happens in that time period or not. It will hit there. So, but anyways, first things first, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share the video. You guys have gotten me over 1,000 subscribers. I sent out a video earlier thanking you all, and I'm saying it again. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, it means a lot. You guys are subscribed to the channel here, and we're more than grateful to be able to do that. So help me continue to grow. Share it out on your socials. Share the videos out. Get people to subscribe to the channel here. I do these videos every day at 12:30. So I try to make sure that there's content for you guys then at that time. You can do it on 12:30 Eastern. So try to keep it that way. And then in the afternoons at 4:30 Eastern, I do a Patreon show. It's scrolling around the bottom of the screen here. It's also linked in the description of the channel. And I do that so that way I can have a time where I get to be unfiltered and not be concerned with what I have to say within reason. I'm still trying to make it family friendly and all that fun stuff, but it allows me to have the conversation with you guys about current events and things that are taking place where I don't have to necessarily be concerned about what I say. Let's just put it that way. It's an entirely separate channel than this, just to kind of keep this one clean. But anyways, because the reason I do those things is because these topics aren't exactly highly looked upon. The reason I say that is that the banking system, the governmental systems, the global system that we have how do I say this? The global systems that we have in the world today are designed to do one thing, and that's basically to enslave humanity. And I'm kind of flirting with that line right now. So we'll talk about some stuff around those types of things this afternoon at 4:30 Eastern. But that's why I have it there. That's why it's there. It's just so that we could talk, have a conversation, jump in the chat here, have a conversation with me and other people who are like-minded. It's a fun time. Usually we have a great time. I know there's a lot more people that watch and then they pop into the chat. But if you are, no matter what platform you're on, pop in and say, hey. That way I know that the platform's working and that I know you're there as well and can see who's there, basically. Because I don't know who you're watching unless you pop in the chat or leave a comment on the video. So anyways, let's go run through here. Who do we got in the chat so far? We've got Tom. Good morning, brother. As always, you are amazing being here. You as well, Kim. Thank you. You guys are always here together. I really do appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot to me. Diane, good morning. Good morning. Who else we got here? Crypto Sherpa. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Steve, good morning, sir. How are you doing? Good morning. Grabbed the wrong one there. Sorry about that. But anyways, yeah. Hop in the chat. I can pull you up on screen, read what you say, ask a question in there. You can ask it out here live, and other people can answer maybe, or I can too. So, programming show or notes here for today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and maybe Friday, but definitely tomorrow and Thursday. I will be visiting with Bitcoin Ben. We're gonna have just kind of get together and spend some time together. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be in his show. I may have him on mine. I don't know. Might be a fun conversation. Maybe do both. Who knows? So, but either way, if there is more things happening that will take me away from doing the show, then what I will do is I will restream some of the more recent content that got a lot of attention, some things like that. So, yeah, I will I will keep y'all up to date on that. So the next couple of days, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun time. So, but anyways, I digress. So, and let's jump right in here and kind of talk through if the buttons will work. This is annoying. All right, so here we go. All right, cool. So China Evergrande heads towards default as it misses payment deadline. What have I been saying the past couple of days, guys? Guys and gals, what have I been saying the past couple of days? Property developer didn't pay its $82.5 million of interest payments. This is not even the principal. This is the interest. They are that in debt. Originally due November 6th on 2 sets of dollar bonds. Say people familiar with the matter. China Evergrande Group didn't make payments due to some U.S. dollar bonds before a final deadline expired on Monday. People familiar with the matter said, potentially setting the stage for a massive default in one of the country's largest ever debt restructurings. Did I or did I not say that they were going to take care of their own and they were going to let the bonds that other countries own or hold collapse? Yeah. Why do you think our Federal Reserve and our other banks are freaking out about inflation? They're freaking out about the dollar. They're freaking out about the bond purchases. Yeah, let's just put it this way, guys. That's correct. They're not going to pay the bonds for the countries that they are at odds with. Not that necessarily that there are issues or tensions there, but there kind of are. But that they're more just at odds with, disagreements on, They're going to take care of their own first. The giant property developer had been teetering on the brink of failure for months after assuming more than $300 billion in liabilities. Last Friday, Evergrande sought help from the government in its home province. And I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Gangdong, whatever. I could never speak Chinese, guys. I could never learn Mandarin. Oh, goodness. Those of you who may be from those regions, I genuinely apologize. I'm just a boy from the South who enjoys just being me. Anyways, from its home province, which agreed to send a working group to assess and help sort the company's issues. So the company's basically destroyed itself and it's gone to the government and said, help. And the government said, okay, we'll come help. Basically, they're taking over the company. I also said that was going to happen. They effectively already do have it. The development is regarded by analysts as a start of major restructuring for Evergrande. Just the prelude, guys. This is more to come. And the reason I'm focused on this one more than other ones, because they own so much land, not just in China and surrounding regions. They own it in the U.S. They own land everywhere. So land, dirt. What are some of the things that historically people have bought? Gold for store of value or protection. Gold, silver, and dirt. Those are the 3 things that people bought for thousands of years that would transfer value forward to generations. Now we have Bitcoin, Litecoin, and cryptocurrencies in general will do the same thing, but in a digital format. It's basically like buying dirt, gold, and silver all at the same time. Fantastic, isn't it? Anyways, if this collapses, or if their government takes over, it's going to be very, very, very bad for the global economy. China pumps $180 billion into the economy to counter real estate slump. So they missed 82.5 million. And then the actual government pumps 180 billion into the economy to counter those problems. This is also from a mainstream media. People's Bank of China on Monday said it would cut the reserve requirement ratio for most banks by half a percentage point, starting December 15th. That move, which reduces the amount of money that banks have to keep in reserve, so it's fractional reserve banking, meaning they have to keep a fraction of what they have as in reserve. Now they're reducing that. Do you guys know that they took that to zero here in the U.S.? They don't have to have anything in reserve now, which means they can loan out all the money, spend all the money that you put in there. Isn't that convenient? So if you want your money and it's not there, guess what? You don't get your money. Just like I say and have said, those of you who've heard my in-person talks at Bitcoin Ben's events and have done the different things, and we've had different discussions around security. Just like I say, don't leave your money on an exchange. Well, don't leave your money in the bank either. Otherwise, you will probably not ever see it again when this thing collapses. Not probably. You won't. Unless you were the first person in line, and even then, the tellers and the bankers are going to get their money out before you ever have a chance to get it. Just got to understand. This, I think, something tells me that this is the linchpin. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but something is telling me this is the linchpin. We have massive amount of inflation in the U.S., and that's because the U.S. dollar is the world reserve. Even the yuan is on the dollar as the reserve, okay? If you're not part of the petrodollar, you're not your country it can't do global e-commerce with each other. The UCC laws don't allow it. And those are the UCC laws. You want to learn about things in the world that have taken place for humanity that are just so messed up. I mean, it's powerful for you as an individual if you understand them and learn how to use them appropriately. Like, I don't know, getting an entire court case dropped just by appropriately using the law. Stuff like that. There's lots of different things that the UCC law does globally that people just aren't aware of. But I digress on that. Maybe that's a topic we can talk about in one of my Patreons. I need to probably re-up myself, refresh myself on that stuff. But I digress. This is the linchpin, folks. They missed the debt, the interest payments. China's pumping money into the economy to uphold this. It's the same thing that happened with the housing market here. The only difference is that, to my knowledge, Lehman Brothers and the banking systems here with the housing market, they didn't really go outside of the U.S. To my knowledge, they may have, but to my knowledge, they didn't. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Totally cool with that. I like being told that I'm wrong and someone showing me sometimes, just because it allows me to learn something new. I had something wrong. I don't want to mislead anyone, kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's just how I roll, right? Anyways, this is the linchpin, guys. This is the linchpin. So there's one other thing here I was going to point out. U.S. bank executives raise concerns over inflation. Goldman Sachs Chairman CEO David Solomon no, that's not the right part I was going to read. Wells Fargo chief executive said that at a conference that the Fed may need to move more quickly to address inflation concerns. Goldman Sachs David Solomon said he anticipated a period of higher inflation. The banks are looking at the Federal Reserve, they're looking at the Treasury, and they're going, yeah, they're not slowing down, they're buying, they're propping the economy up. They have basically turned the fire hose on and left it running. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, usually they're just funny bloopers that you see, is where the firemen lose control of the hose because of the water pressure and they let go of it. The only way to turn it off, the only way to stop it from going crazy is by turning off the water at the hydrant or at the truck, at the pump truck. And let's just put it this way. As far as hyperinflation is concerned, we are The pressure is so high coming out of that hose that the 5 firemen, that we'll call them the banks, that are holding on to that hose have become exhausted. And guess what? They're about to let go. Higher inflation means that hose is about to just flail like what do you call it? It's just gonna flail. I'm not gonna say what came to mind. That would not be appropriate for the channel here. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. So this is where we're heading, guys and gals. This is where we're heading. But guess what? You guys are all into crypto, right? Those of you who are new to the channel, not financial advice or anything. Hopefully, this is educational and entertaining. But cryptocurrency is your exit strategy. I keep saying that. I'm not going to stop. It is the exit strategy. Look at Turkey. Turkey's currency is actually collapsing now. Granted, it has been for a long time, but they're really collapsing now because the dollar's collapsing because they've printed too much money. They're going into, they're taking the lira is going into foreign currencies, so the dollar, but the majority of it's going into Bitcoin. And that's not really being covered. That's not really being covered at all. Tom, they're not actually going, that I've seen, I haven't seen anyone go into silver yet. I haven't seen any report of they're buying precious metals with the lira, but they are buying crypto. This is kind of what I've been trying to get at with crypto. People are not used to going and buying gold and silver, physically buying it. They are used to going to a bank and having to transfer electronically on a website, things like that. Now, they are able to do that with cryptocurrency, and they're used to that. Oh, this is going to store my value. This is going to help me. This is blah, blah, blah. That's fantastic. It's great for us who've been in this for such a long time because we were some of us are early adopters. People like me, we're builders. We're part of the build, the section where we actually developed and brought up and think about from a technology life cycle. You have the POCs, the MVPs, you have the development that takes place after that, that brings it into a beta testing or alpha testing, beta testing, and then you have generally available, which is where we are now. We're past the beta test. We're at the general available. We're not even mainstream yet. We're not even early adopters yet. We're just now getting into that early adoption phase. We really are. And when we see the constructs that we're seeing now start to fall apart, people are going to run into this like we've never seen anything happen. And it's going to make a huge run up on the prices. But that's partially because of the inflation. That's also partially because of the demand on a low liquidity market. And that's just how that works. When you have that kind of demand, Bitcoin's liquidity becomes low. It just does, because people, the miners don't have enough to support that. And then people like us, I'm not selling it. I'll loan it out. I'll let you hold on to it for X amount of time if it makes you feel better, kind of thing. And as long as you give me what I want to do that, we're fine. You pay back, I get my Bitcoin back, kind of thing. There's lots of ways to do that kind of stuff. Lots of ways to do that now. I'm looking at setting up structures for those types of things for me right now as well. So just to be on the safe side, we'll put it that way. So, but anyways, so inflation. We've got China, the linchpin. Let's see what good old flashbang. I'm stealing that from Monkeyworks, if y'all don't know. If Monkeyworks, if you're watching this, I stole it from you. It was a good nickname. Let's let it spread around, you know what I mean? You coined it. Let's have fun with it. The latest sign of Flashbang's inflation policies problem comes from Main Street. Small businesses' confidence back near an all-time low, according to CNBC Momentive whatever small business survey. Small businesses' demographic skews conservative, and Republican respond oh, really? The small business owners are mostly conservative. I wonder why. Oh, guys, this is just too much like a show. I feel like we're really watching a show. Y'all know what that means too. We're just watching a show here. This is really interesting, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Concerns about inflation and supply chain continue to rise amongst American small businesses. The strong economic data, including customer demand and GDP, being overweighted by prices. When inflation increases, prices increase because it requires more of your dollars to buy the same goods. And the stuff he's been putting out and the bills and the things like that, it's only compounding everything that we've been seeing. I've been talking about from the banking systems. They've printed too much money and they know it and they're freaking out. They basically poured gas on a fire and then threw a bundle of dynamite in there, and they're trying to run away as fast as they possibly can before it destroys and creates a crater in the ground. That's what they did. That's what they're doing. And they're stuck. They thought the dynamite would just add fuel to the fire. No. They're going to create a crater. And those who are looking at it going, oh, that's really cool. It's going to get a big fire now. They're going to be too close to it. They're going to blow up. And then it's going to destroy the banking system as we know it. And I'm going to keep saying it. Keep saying it. I seriously think Evergrande is one of, if not the linchpin to trigger that explosive destruction. So let's put it this way. Crypto market cap recovers $200 billion in a day as Bitcoin reclaims $50,000 mark. Okay. What are we at right now? We are at $50,000. Whoop. Cool. The market cap went up. Total market cap is $2.3 trillion. It dropped $400 billion or something like that over the past couple of days. Granted, there's a lot of reasons why, and I think it's just a healthy pullback. There's some actual reasons why, but I digress on those. This sucker didn't really flinch too much, though. Hope you guys are paying attention to that one. Really do. That's not gonna go anywhere. What it hit? It hit 250, almost to its all-time high, 268. Just pay attention, people. That one's not going anywhere. Neither is Divi. What's Divi at right now? Divi's got some interesting news about it, didn't it? 9 cents. Yeah, well, that was to be expected. There's people been holding it for a long time, I guess, that kind of wanted to have some fun. What are we at? Let's see the past month. What did it get up to? 17, 18 cents. Where that ballpark? It makes sense, I guess. But I'm not gonna lie. With what they just did with their stuff, the 8, 9 cents, it's not. You're never gonna see those prices again. Once we get past this, you'll never see those prices again. Anyways, let's come back over here. Everyone, Bitcoin was dead again. And again. And again. They say it again. That Bitcoin is dead all the time. Not so much this time. All the altcoins are recovering. It's fantastic. Guys, when it takes a little breath like that, people take healthy profits. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It helps shake out the weak hands. It gives a buying opportunity to the institutions and people like us to reaccumulate, etc., which is fantastic. So, yes, Sam Storm, I covered that a second ago. He did not hit his target. And that's fine. No one can be right all the time. He has multiple different models. The price points on those models were that price point for the 98,000 by November and 135 by the end of December. I want to say we're in a floor model and not the stock to flow model, or maybe they're together. I don't know. I have to go look at what he put out there. But anyways, you are correct. I didn't see the 51, Tom. I get 51. 251. That is fantastic. Yes, Sam. Automatic profits. Matic, by the way, guys, is an easy way to make residual income if you stake it. If you buy it, you hold it, you stake it, you lock your principal in, and you stake it, and you can compound it or you can spend it. It's like buying a rental property. I covered that on my Patreon show. There's a Patreon out there about me, about residual income with cryptos. Beautiful, wonderful thing. Join the Patreon. It's $5 a month. This is as low as I can get it. And I hate to have the paywall there. I have to have that there so that I can have the unfiltered Patreon shows, so the unfiltered YouTube shows. But I also get to do fun content like that. So if you're in there, you get to hear my opinion and how some ideas around to go and do residual income. And it got that back in there. And those of you who've seen it and saw it and stuff, sorry, again, eczema. It's interesting information and it's a lot of fun. So let's go on to some adoption here, huh? Shall we? Colombia is partnering with Gemini. Colombia's biggest bank, is partnering with Gemini to offer Bitcoin trading. Bancolombia will soon offer its customers the ability to buy and sell Bitcoin through partnership with Gemini. Well, folks, here we go. Other countries are really getting on the bandwagon. I think it was Cliff High that said we're going to have hundreds of countries that are going to pop up and their economy is going to be as strong and probably stronger than the U.S. economy because they start to adopt cryptocurrency inside their banking system and inside their payment systems and inside their retail stores, et cetera, et cetera. Think about the Flexa environment. Oh, did y'all see the tweet I put out about Flexa and Matic? Yeah? Let's see if I can pull it up. And let's go here. There's my 1,000 subs. Thanks you guys for that one. Oh, hey, look, there I am live. I'm on Twitter. I posted on Twitter as well. So let's see here. There's that one. There's that one. Where was it? It was down here somewhere. I do tweet a lot. All right, look. Hey, look at that. Now available on Flexa, Matic, and Scale. We are celebrating sidechains this Sunday with new support on the Flexa network for Patreon, Matic's token, and the Scale network. I guess that's how they're saying that. The Scale token. I don't know anything about the Scale token, but they're partnering with Matic. Y'all know anything about Flexa? That's an interesting combination, especially when you think about the SAPs of the world and try to do that cross-chain communication and platform stuff like that. It's very, very intriguing. Very intriguing. This is also intriguing too. I am going off. Come on, spell it right. Yeah, Akash. So it is a censorship-resistant, permissionless, and self-sovereign. Akash network is the world's first open-source cloud. So those of you who know what cloud computing is, like Azure, Microsoft Cloud, or AWS, Amazon's cloud, right? GCP, Google's cloud, right? This is cloud platforms that businesses and retailers use to build their backends and their retailer-related front ends and stuff like that. It runs on clouds. Guess what? There's a blockchain-based cloud. Did y'all know that? Yeah, you can stake with this one too. You get 42% return. Probably didn't know that either. Hey, looky there. Polygon and Akash offer decentralized infrastructure to DDApp developers. So Polygon is using Akash on their backend to allow the distributed application to be built on a blockchain that's decentralized. Boom. Anyways, yep, Polygon's not going anywhere. You might want to pay attention to it. Just saying. Not financial advice. Adoption's huge, and it's becoming a big deal. A big deal. Yep. Samstorm. There's a lot of games coming out on Matic as well, and the game coins are making massive runs. One of the ones that I've thoroughly enjoyed was Axie Infinity, and that was one of the ones I covered for Residual Income in the Patreon show. So go watch that show on Patreon. Even if you join for the 1 month, guys, it's $5. Just go watch the show. It's fun. It's there. It's fantastic. If you don't, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys doing it anyways, regardless, one way or the other. So, yep, adoption. In spite of inflation, adoption. In spite of the economy probably collapsing, adoption. The reason being is because the world sees the same thing that I see. People and institutions are starting to say the same thing that I see, say the same thing you guys see. Cryptocurrency, specifically from a financial perspective, Bitcoin and Litecoin, are a means, a method, a way out of the old system into the new system to protect your purchasing power. And it's very easy, it's very quick, and very, 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 very simple to do. And last but absolutely not least, as I said before, as I've mentioned, don't leave your money on the banks, don't leave your money on the exchanges. Cryptocurrency exchange, my crypto wallet collapses, appoints liquidators. I don't know what the whole story behind this, but basically the company closed up shop and they're done. And they're going to liquidate everything and return. They're going to apparently they're going to return all the holdings back to people, but right now nobody can touch it. And there's no guarantee that everyone will be able to get everything that they had in their back. So keep your coins off of the exchanges, please. Use a crypto-only device. Find a custodian like Viva Capital. They are really, really good at what they do, and they have some of the best scenarios and setups for stuff that I have ever seen. And I'm helping them build some of it too. And I am proud to be part of their team and an advisor for them. We're building some amazing stuff. We have an amazing platform. The custodianship is really correctly configured and set up, and I know a lot of people think about it. It's interesting. Rick, not your keys, not your coins. Yes, that is true. When you hold your own, that is true. But here's the thing. When you get into the point to where you have tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, you're going to want to be holding all of that on your own or trying to find an insurance policy just in case something happens. Because you can't. I've looked. There's not even an umbrella policy will take care of that stuff. However, in a custodianship setup like in Viva Capital, it is your coins, it is your account. It's not being lent out to anybody else. It's not being used in any other way. It is yours. You want it back, it's yours. It's there. It's not going anywhere. The coolest part is you have insurance that you can purchase through Lloyd's of London, which is what the big banks use. Just putting it bluntly out there for you guys. There's lots of options, basically. Keep them safe yourself, but again, there's other things like I don't know if I want to have tens of millions of dollars sitting around the house or in other people's houses or anything like that. Yes, Sandstorm, as your portfolio grows, things change. There are tools that are being built that are coming up to par with the appropriate standards and security and the methods by which to do those types of things. And the Viva Capital, they are the first that I have found and seen, and I have been looking for a while for something like that to kind of come out to where it'll take care of your cryptos, where the people behind it are honest and pure-hearted, and they really genuinely just want to make sure that everyone is taken care of, and it is secure. That is the most important part, is security. And then if something ever did happen, you can purchase insurance on what you have, and it will cover it dollar for dollar. And I know people are like, oh, it's impossible. No, it's not like the banks where they cover 25%. It is legitimately dollar for dollar. And people go, I don't know. You go look up Lloyd's of London. You go look up that company. You'll understand whenever we say that is what it is, and it can be done. But I digress. Just be careful with your cryptos, guys. Gals. It's about to get real crazy out there. People are going to try to take advantage of, especially folks who are older. They're going to try to take advantage of people who don't understand this stuff. That's why I started my business, right? You guys know that. It's out there so that we can do the one-on-one consultations and teach and educate people and kind of get that kind of stuff out there. So, yep. So, it's going to be interesting. Sandstorm, what's the best insurance that I found? Viva Capital and setting it up inside of there with them and through Lloyd's of London, because an individual can't go get an account with Lloyd's of London. it has to be an institution. It's very, very different. They do not, it isn't, even if you have hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars, I don't think they'll insure an individual. But yeah, anyways, that's the best method by which I've had that set up. So I found a way to do that. So, but anyways, I digress. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. So, with that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the feed today. We are I should have a show today at 4:30. If anything changes, I'll let you know. However, also just remember I'm going to be spending some time with Bitcoin Ben over the next couple of days, and not sure what the shows will look like, how that might work, but I doubt he's not going to do a show, and I'm going to probably do mine, stuff like that. So, but we'll see what happens. So, anyways, you guys have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you at 4:30. I'll talk to you later.